All right, today we're leaving our world behind. I'm talking about our world of rules, of safety nets, of civilization. We're going to take a journey deep into the heart of the Amazon, a place that's governed by laws so absolute you don't even get to argue with them. And our story kicks off with a little reminder of just how real those laws are.
To really get what's at stake here, I want you to picture this. You're in a field in India, and out of nowhere, a massive wild elephant, a tusker, starts charging you. You just run, you're zigzagging through the forest, thorns are tearing at your skin, and all you can hear is the sound of crashing trees right on your tail. You make a split-second decision and dive down a 12-foot embankment into a stream, landing hard on your back. The elephant skids to a stop right at the edge and is so furious that it actually picks up a stick with its trunk and hurls it at you. Now that's not some scene from a movie, that's a real memory for our guide today.
And that guide is Paul Razzoli. This is a man who has dedicated his entire life to protecting the world's most vital rainforests. He's the founder of Jungle Keepers, an incredible organization that's out there right now actively protecting over 136,000 acres of the Amazon. So yeah, if anyone understands the jungle, it is definitely him.
Paul's experiences, like that one with the elephant, have taught him one massive fundamental lesson. The moment you step into the jungle, you leave all our human laws far, far behind. You are now in a place where the rain, the rocks, and the river, they make the rules. I mean, really think about it for a second. In our world, if something goes wrong, what do? You call for help, right? An ambulance, the police, someone is coming. But out there, you are completely, utterly on your own. If you break your ankle, your friend has to carry you. If you get lost, there's no search party. You're just a tiny animal on a giant planet, and you have no choice but to play by its rules.
You know, this idea, it just cuts through so much of our modern noise. In our world, we can argue about feelings and opinions all day long. But in the wild, reality is absolute. As Paul puts it, it doesn't matter one bit if you feel like the river isn't rising. The river is rising, and if you don't react to that fact, you die. It really simplifies life down to what is real. And that reality, it's incredibly vibrant. The Amazon at night is what Paul calls a festival of sex and death. It is a non-stop explosion of life, and it's all driven by two primal, powerful urges, to eat and to mate. He describes it as the greatest freak show on Earth. The whole jungle just throbs with the sound of frogs calling for mates. But at the exact same time, you've got spiders eating frogs, snakes eating frogs, and jaguars out there hunting for deer. It's this chaotic, colorful, and frankly, violent dance of survival that happens every single night.
But here's the thing. As dangerous as all the jungle's natural predators are, they are absolutely nothing compared to the one threat that is systematically destroying this entire world. And that threat, of course, is us.
This is the engine of all that destruction. $23 billion. That's the estimated value of the illegal wildlife and timber trade every single year. A torrent of dirty money flowing out of just the Amazon and African jungles alone. It's a staggering amount of destruction, and it's all for profit.
Now, to put that number into perspective, Paul says that the illegal wildlife trade is the fourth largest black market on the entire planet. It's right up there with weapons trafficking, the drug trade, and human trafficking. The crucial point here is we're not talking about a few small-time poachers. This is an enterprise on the scale of global organized crime.
So what's driving this? Well, a lot of the time, it's what Paul calls wrong beliefs. I'm talking about the idea that a rhino horn, which is made of the exact same stuff as our fingernails, can cure diseases, or that tiger parts can somehow give you virility. These ideas have absolutely no basis in science, but when you combine them with pure greed, you get magnificent species and entire ecosystems being pushed to the brink of collapse.
So we need to reframe how we see this. When a mining company blows up the side of a mountain, we call it development. But Paul argues, no, it's not. It's an act of theft. It's stealing clean water, clean air, and a stable climate from every single person on this planet. It's murder on a planetary scale.
So, when you're faced with this overwhelming, heartbreaking destruction, what can you possibly do? Well, this is where the story pivots. We go from a devastating problem to a really powerful solution. It's about becoming a protector, a jungle keeper.
And the strategy is, well, it's brilliantly simple. Instead of fighting the local loggers, Paul and his team just go and talk to them. They'll walk right into their camps and ask, hey, how much are you making? And then they offer them a better, more stable salary, not to cut down the forest, but to protect it. They literally turn the destroyers into guardians.
And the big question is, does it work? Absolutely. This is the result. Jungle Keepers, with its force of local rangers, now protects 136,000 acres of pristine, untouched Amazon rainforest. They've created this powerful, sustainable model for conservation that actually empowers the local community. It's incredible.
Which brings us right back to where we started. In the jungle, you learn really fast that if you disrespect the river, you die. It's a simple, undeniable law of nature. So, the question we're left with is this. Why on earth do we think we can ignore the rules of the much, much larger ecosystem, the rainforest, the planet, and somehow expect a different outcome?